What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 26 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Imrik Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the White Lions debuted with Theoden as their lead, their great axes cleaving asunder the Gromrel plate of the Clan Angrand Dwarfs. We do believe we do have one turn remaining until Alistar gets on the field, so we'll be transferring the army to him and getting the other stuff, like the sky cutters and such, for Theoden, which will work. And this time around, we are looking towards, well, trying to fix up what the heck is going on in the northeastern part of the donut here with Belakor and whatnot. I did do this one little battle between the episodes at Elysia, mostly because there wasn't really anything there that would warrant doing it on field, and as we can see, we took basically no damage doing the battle. I think we've got bigger battles to fight. Certainly didn't warrant Erathon's attention yet again. Not without a full stack and a garrison, at least. I did want to actually end the turn, because next turn we will have a lot of admin coming up, in the sense that we will pop Invocation of Asuryan and are saving our money in order to do the building with reduced time. But unfortunately I couldn't end the turn between the episodes because Itilnai here is besieging Carn. There's a decent likelihood that she will get attacked. Plus, what I would also like to do is try to bait Belakor with his two armies into attacking Erathon. So we're going to declare war on him right now and try to get them to attack us over the next turn. Do we call our allies to help? That'll keep friendly with each other. Let's hope none of them say no. Go for it. Okay, now we're good. Oh, we're good. I think at this point there's, well, they are still at war with a decent amount of factions, but the Elves here are already at war with Belakor, and everybody else is probably too far away to feel super threatened by him. Also, I know it's been a couple days since the last episode of this. I actually wanted to get this out yesterday, and yeah, I wanted to get this out yesterday, but unfortunately my voice was good doing not good voice things, and it didn't work out. I had to delay it for a day. As for the episode length and stuff, unfortunately last episode we did not reach the engagement threshold, so I'm doing the same thing here as I've done with Katep, just as a sort of trial run, wherein if we don't reach the engagement threshold, rather than doing the short episodes every day, we perhaps do a longer episode every other day, or every other day, depending on the long episode length there. It's effectively the same thing, but maybe gives a little bit more time to catch up. I'm not entirely sure. Once again, I figure trial run, we'll give it a shot, and we'll see. Now, Tic Tac, you are here with a bunch of armies, huh? I wonder if we could get him to reinforce, and let's see, are you able to? Oh. We either attack it ourselves, or we don't. Well, yeah. Good job, Ruinous. Alright, well, if we can't reinforce, at the very least I don't want to suffer attrition. What we'll do is we'll move here, like so, and we'll wait. If Tic Tac wants to take this, we'll let him, and if he can't, he can't. We'll move you, Syrian, to Admiral Astgar's army, mostly just to trade off the gate guard here, like so. I guess we could also use you to reinforce in theory. And then both of you will sit out here and we'll wait to attack the Castle of Splendor next turn and see if we can do so with the help of the lizards or not. Depending. If they besiege, maybe then we will. Next, I believe last episode, Belharathoy destroyed the armies of Sigvald, or army of Sigvald, with her basic army, but we never chased Sigvald down. So let's chase him down now. And auto-resolve him. Suffer the might of Safari, indeed, and we will... I mean, we're in our own territory, so we can just heal up. As in post-battle and take the money now. Then... I guess the question is, are you needed at Blacklight Tower right now? We have Admiral Larishian here, who is in range of it and could probably grab it, instead of needing Belharathoy to do it. If we pop Belharathoy into March stance, we could land, and suffer attrition, mind you, but land, and then proceed up towards these territories, which I think is the better option. Now let's do it. Plus there is this little army out here. And if Admiral Lauritian has been forced to land, at least for a few turns, then we may as well make use of it. Anyway, anybody else need to move, or are we ready to end the turn here? And looks good to me, Morella. I still don't think we need to move you. I'm tempted to delete the Everqueen's Court Guard so we can get them into Alarielle's army, but we can probably just send Alarielle up here anyway, so that will just be a transfer instead. Growers don't need to do anything. The Disciples are still waiting for Teclis, and I do believe that's good. Let's double check Diplo. Emery, no, we're most likely going to get into a fight with you. Not because I want to, but because I feel like it's going to happen since everybody around you hates you. Sorry, Cetra. Anyway, the rest of this looks good, and we'll proceed. Alright. Skip the Garrison Lord, skip unassigned skill points, skip building upgrades. We're saving all the money for the Invocation of Assyrian. Hero not moved, and let's end the turn and see if these dwarfs and Belakor as well. Who's going to move first? Belakor was a later addition than Belagar, so I'm assuming that if this happens, then this will happen first. End turn. Ah, okay, it doesn't matter where the camera is because the Disciples aren't supposed to be there anyway. Oh well. Settlement besieged Carn. I hope it displays that at the end of the turn. Hopefully they sally out. There's a lot of dwarfs in there. And some decent elite units. Don't be a coward. Count Noctilus wants to peace out. Now we're going to send Tyrion to kill him, especially once we have his full stack. And yes, they will sally out. Beautiful Pyrrhic victory, and as we can see, it's plenty of enemies to be getting on with. The Iron Drakes are definitely going to be an issue. The Gyrocopters, the artillery, considering this is our fighting Sea Guard army, and that doesn't have artillery of its own, will also be a potential issue. Hence, I suppose, the Pyrrhic victory. Gotta love it when the AI isn't a coward. Let's do this thing. I think you mean from Mathland, but sure. Anyway, here we go. Ooh, I like this lighting. Makes the Star Dragon look pretty darn fantastic up there. And can see little armor bits better as well. Lovely, Attila. Lovely indeed. Take a few nice shots with your bow from up there. I guess one nice thing about the princesses or the bow-wielding lords is that we can actually see them use their weapon, unlike the melee lords. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off. We got a lot of enemies arrayed against us, and we have to be careful because of it, as while the Lothern Sea Guard can one-on-one on par with pretty much any other army, they're going to have an issue with potentially being overrun. So we're going to take a pretty good position over here, sort of the middle of the map, but a nice, very nice sort of cliff or hillside, whatever you want to call this, with impassable terrain on the right, completely impassable, and some impassable terrain by this camp on the left as well. Now, we also don't have any artillery pieces in this army, as this is the fighting Sea Guard army, but what we do have is our Illyrian Reaver archers, who, once again, blend in very nicely with the snow and the lighting, and they have Vanguard deployed behind the enemy army, and are going to try to riddle those grudge throwers with arrows before they do too much damage to the rest of our force. Gonna get a Gehenna's Golden Hounds coming down on the enemy. But it's really the grudge throwers that we need to break. Unfortunately, by the looks of it, the Illyrian Reavers are pretty darn decent at it. And grudge throwers be dropping, and their crews aren't too happy about the situation either. There we go. Before the dwarfs can react, the 4 units of Illyrian Reaver archers have destroyed the artillery crew. More enemy units are moving in, getting hit with some bows now. Looks like some gyrocopters attempted to move over us. And we did attempt to give chase with a Tilnai, but that didn't quite work out. Love watching those arrows break apart on the heavy armor of the dwarfs, but there are just too many arrows, and the unit of Iron Drakes gets ripped apart as we move back towards the towards our army. There we go. And keeping on firing from up here as well. I guess it's a nice view from Dragonback, and the enemy lord, I was about to say the enemy lord approaches us, but the line of arrows, ouch. that was probably pretty painful, and it looks like some of the gyrocopters met the same fate as well. Our Reaver Archers are still doing great work in the background as well. As we can see, they've not only destroyed these 2 units of Grudge Throwers, they're also peeling away 4 other units and the Goblin Hewers as well. So for the cost of these 4 Illyrian Reavers, the enemy has been deprived of all of their artillery and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units total. Pretty darn solid, and once again, me just praising the value of Skirmisher Cav. Especially in battles when you're in danger, when you really need to have units be separated from the main enemy army so that they don't have the critical mass to overrun you. Skirmisher Cav can save the day. Anyway, the Lothern Sea Guard continue to work and lay down that withering arrow fire, and getting various buffs as well, and reloading pretty darn quick. Actually, out of curiosity, 117 missile strength from the Gate Guard. Good lord. Bolstered marksmanship, dark in the skies, metal shifting, other 61. Why is Esser take aim and Horn of Isha and Quicksilver Shot 0? Oh, I think it's because it says their reload time is 4. If we take a quick look at the Storm Riders, yeah, the reload time is also 4, despite the additional buff. So it looks like 4 is the maximum amount of reload time. So these guys reload, all these guys reload as fast as they possibly can. 117, though, that's pretty nasty. More than twice as much as the Lothern Sea Guard. I mean, we obviously don't need to, but if we were to make an entire army full of nothing but Gate Guard, it would be pretty obnoxious. We also got to remember that the Gate Guard also shoot quite a bit further at 209 range. How are the Dwarfs doing? Well, basically every single unit that attempts to close the distance with our archer line and gets absolutely ripped apart. What's going on here indeed? Arrows, my friend. Many, many arrows. And the occasional Star Dragon Breath as well. There we go, and then we back off as the enemy does have a couple of Iron Drakes with Troll Hammer torpedoes, or had? Alright, one of them got destroyed and the other one is on the way out as well. Illyrian Reavers still working in the background as well. Sorry about the frame drops, not Michaela. That would be flame drops. Frame drops, as there's too many units on the field and my PC can't quite handle it. But anyway, back here, Illyrian Reaver Archers are now surrounding a unit of Quarrelers and will be ripping it apart. And just like the rest of the entire enemy army gets ripped apart, Ghosty should be able to take plenty of arrows, though the Sister of AVELORN is, Handmaiden of the Everqueen, is firing her magical arrows, and down goes the Ghosty. I always found it weird that the Dwarven Ghosts don't sort of disappear like the Carn Wraiths do, but rather just sort of die like a regular dude dies, not like a ghost. And it looks like finally, led by the Thane and the Runesmith, one set of Longbeards and, okay, 2 sets of Longbeards, finally managed to run the gauntlet and close the distance with the pile of Sea Guard. The Star Dragon and Atilnai will drop down below to land upon the enemy Runesmith and Thane. And try to focus him down, by the looks of it, quite successfully. The balance of power shifts to about 90% in our favor. Few enemy units remain. Another Gehenna's Golden Hounds comes down, and it looks like the enemy army will shatter. And there we go. Beautiful, beautiful work from the Lothern Sea Guard. And we also got to remember, the Lothern Sea Guard are the weaker archers of the High Elves, in the sense that they do less range damage than High Elven archers, like the regular basic archers, by virtue of the fact that they're better melee fighters. So even then, with a full stack, well, maybe not a full stack, but a close to full stack of them, minus the 4 Illyrian Reavers, is still a devastating amount of range firepower. And man, 117 on those Gate Guard. I wasn't expecting that much. But anyway, we're going to do our best to chase the enemy down as they did sally out of their hold. A nice Star Dragon Breath will catch 2 of these running units, and by the looks of it, most of the enemy army will be destroyed, and those not caught by arrow or by the faster-moving High Elves, the Illyrian Reavers, will run them down. I guess that's the big advantage of the Elven armor over the Dwarfen armor. So Dwarfs use Gromril, which is a, essentially, it's like, I don't know, it's like the Warhammer equivalent of adamantium. It's super, super heavy and super, super difficult, or adamantine rather, super difficult to cleave asunder. And dwarfs being hardy and able to carry it, it gives them that sort of unmovable line of infantry. Elves, however, use Ithilmar, which is their own take on steel. It's effectively like steel, maybe slightly tougher depending who you ask. Who you ask, but Ithilmar is way, way, way lighter. So they have thin but super. They have thin armor that's equivalent to other factions' armor, but is also way, way lighter. So it allows them to run quickly and do quick elven things and just, you know, be a blur on the battlefield. Anyway, none of that mattered because our armor didn't really come into play, and the arrows very much took the day, carried the day, etc. Alrighty, there we go, and so Skorigny Can Doom is defeated. He sure can doom, because he found his under elven arrows. I think we did pretty well, very little in the way of losses. I do think that, while originally I was concerned about the Illyrian Reavers and this army, as they would, in theory, be weaker, potentially weakening the army as compared to the Lothern Seaguard, I think, well, not the case. They did plenty of work. They distracted a decent pile of the enemy army, including the gyrocopters. They destroyed the enemy grudge throwers without too much trouble, and considering we don't have eagle claws in this particular army, it's the only way that we have of dealing with enemy artillery. I also want to point out 34k and 24k, the Sea Guard quite outdone by the Gate Guard. Not surprising, as the Gate Guard have more armor piercing damage and more damage generally speaking, but still, damn, solid. Anyway, we're gonna take the money because this army is pretty much destroyed. Hey, she broke the siege off Dame. Game? Damn game, Dame. Dame Matilna, but anyway. Well, that's a little bit of an annoyance, but hopefully it won't matter all that much. I just don't want to necessarily fight the same exact battle all over again. Anyway, Belcarothloi's Supervisor, great. Recruiter Zamdilla, more recruiting power, yes please. Dwarfen Dread for Atilna. Kidnapper, Constructor, Sacrifice to Mathan, Great Incantation of Ksar, enemy killed in battle. Another Beard Weaver, but you don't need one. That's for influencers and other such units. Hey, a Banner of Eternal Flame, good pickup. Ready for duty Gwendolyn, ready for duty Alistar, technology research, 20 armor for chariot, right on time, considering we're about to do chariots. Right expires, Brehers come, consider Confederation. Ooh, I think this only gets issued when you have Confederation available, meaning we should be able to get Alarielle, I hope. Either that or Reverse. It better not be... Who's still alive? Illyrian, was it? Tyrannoch. Okay, anyway. Yeah, we'll see about that in a second. What do we have here? Okay, the army didn't revive. We're fine. Nobody panic. False alarm. And destroy. And we will occupy the place like so. No need to sack it. We can use it as a northern military hub. And hey, we could even build Lothern Sea Guard to reinforce Atilna as needed. Or, we have the Shadow Warriors here. We could actually move Fern Harvest up there. And start, yes, okay, I like this. I was gonna send Larithiel up here to get her Shadow Warrior army going, but we can build it at Karakarn. I like very much. Alright, and this one should be auto-resolvable, yes? I would imagine so. What do we have here? Well, actually, they do have some stuff. Let's find out. Close victory, medium casualties. Do we need to fight this again? I mean, we've fought the dwarfs enough in this campaign, I think. It is auto-resolvable. Let's hope it doesn't kill off all of our chariots. Alright, risky. Alright, fine, just do it. Yeah, we're fine. Alright. Alright, we will occupy the place, and the main thing that we wanted here was you. Move out of this. Headsman, enemy killed in battle. There's that Beard Weaver. Black Mountains secured. Good. I guess we'll pop the... Able to leave this place? Well, actually depends on if you can travel far enough. Go into Rebuild Lost Splendor for the campaign movement, which, and frankly, we were going to use Rebuild Lost Splendor anyway, so it's just fine. I guess we'll go for the Iron here. And the Plaza here. Frankly, we should probably replace you with the Plaza as well, because we don't know how the control is going to go. But now that Alistar is back, we were at 30... Wait, just out of curiosity. It's in there. Leave settlement. Okay, 31363 versus...
How can I assist you?
3-1. Okay, we saved 200 gold with Alistar's bonus reductions, but he does a lot of other stuff. He gives Strider to the White Lines, he gives 20% speed to them, melee attack, plus the dedication to Kurnus, so more reductions, and the leadership, plus more melee defense and bonus versus large. It's quite a bit. Royal Guard leadership, missile resistance, that's fine. This doesn't buff the White Lions directly. We will get Lion's Pride, Root Marcher, Inspiring Presence, and... a Vanguard Master. Ooh, we don't have enough points for both of them. I guess we'll get Master What does Axlord do? 3-3. It's not bad, but I want to max out the White Lions ASAP. So let's go Master Strategist and Vanguard Master in somewhat equal measure. Let's start with Master Strategist for the White Lines. Then we need to take... Huh? Alright, so you do have a White Line Chariot, as some of you guys have pointed out in the comments. Is this your base? Okay, no, you're on an Eagle now. If we... I hope that the reset doesn't break his mount. That'd be unfortunate. If we say none, he's on foot. And... no chariot available. Okay, I'm gonna allow it to end the turn. Maybe the chariot will come back with the end turn. I really hope that... Oh, damn, you're not supposed to have the... not supposed to have the Celestial Line. The Celestial Line is supposed to be replaced by a mage of...
You need me?
I believe I said I was gonna do beasts. We can do mages everywhere. Oh, but we don't have capacity for mages. Alright, well, we'll deal with it. Alright, Imrik, you're up next, my friend. You're gonna head down to get Scarby. Oh, you know what we should do? If Confederation is available, we should probably try... Ooh. Free Nakari. Ooh, free Belakor. I was getting distracted by stuff. Pete Hawkins. I wonder if he'd be willing to fight Tyrion, eh? I kind of want to get the Keepers of the Flame and the Treekin in the fight. Ooh, Grommy is coming down as well. Ooh, but if we reach the edge of this, would Grommy then attack Tyrion in the field? Perhaps he would. But perhaps we would enjoy it if he did. Oh, we're supposed to get Alarielle into this army as well. Wait, will this significantly impact your range? It will. You won't be able to reach Pete Hawkins anymore. A bit of a shame, but oh well. Go into Oh no, this guy will interfere with it, won't he? Unless, wait. Yeah, we're gonna be just at the edge of the crossing, meaning... Stay here at the Shrine of Loeg for now. Alright then, Alarielle, let's chat. You are willing to confederate, beautiful. I mean, let's take a look, but Yvresse is... Tyrannoc. Yvresse is not quite willing. We were gonna do Alarielle anyway, because she's much stronger and has many more settlements, and Alarielle herself, so confederate, please. And too bad we can't get her to give us money, but anyway. Join Confederation. Not that there wasn't something I was supposed to do before that, but it's too late now. And the power grows. Nagaroth secured, AVELORN secured, Eagle Gate, Phoenix Gate, Illyrian, and Safari. Plus mission aborted. Consider Confederation, and we get paid for our trouble. If not by Alarielle herself, then by the game. Ally loses outpost. Ally loses outpost, fine. Now, can she move? Not really. Alright, so High Elven Archers, Eagles, you're not needed here. Rangers, you're definitely not needed, but we'll keep the Dryads and the Treekin. We should probably keep the Handmaidens. I don't know if we'll keep 3 in this army. Depends on how many Sisters of AVELORN we want in this army. At minimum 2, because 1 is needed for Hawkish Precision for the Sisters of AVELORN, and the other one is probably needed for Sacred Service and improved training. Ammunition, melee attack, I can see why you might want multiples, but yeah. Anyway, Alarielle, what did the AI do to your stats? So you have Bowmaster, which is great. Militia Master, not so great. Because Sisters of AVELORN don't benefit from it. You did go through... Tradition dictates and... melee defense for Sisters of AVELORN. Yes. Local recruitment -2 for Sisters of AVELORN. Yes, we get it. You like Sisters of AVELORN. We do too. Upkeep production for Blood and Fire. I'm just curious as to what the difference is. Casualty Punishment, nice as well. Ward save for Alarielle herself. 20 armor for Forest Spirits. Great for the Dryads. Well, actually decent for the Treekin as well. And 10 melee attack for the Forest Spirits. Okay, so basically this is faction-wide buffs and Sisters of AVELORN buffs versus non-faction-wide buffs, army solo buffs, and tree spirit buffs. I don't know, I'm generally inclined towards the faction-wide buffs as opposed to the solo buffs, but anyway, for now... Wait, do we actually need to reset you then? Here's the thing, you can't buff the tree spirits, meaning... Maybe your points aren't wasted. I mean, a Merchant Lord would probably be better replaced. I mean, probably be better getting, like, Servant of Isha and stuff like that. Maybe even Trade Lord. But I'd say none of this is horrible. Minus the fact that she has no magic, which is kind of meh. And at the very least, Life Bloom and Shield of Safri. We should probably reset her, shouldn't we? It's not horrible, but it could be better. Yeah, I think we'll reset. Alright, fine. Here's what we'll do. We'll take a random prince, somebody who's cheap. Let's say... Oh, man, why are you so costly? Squishy, ill-prepared. Let's go ill-prepared. It's not a significant enough debuff to be concerned about. Go here. And get Merchant Lord. As that should not only pay for you, in fact, technically you're more than paying for yourself. Then Alarielle. I'm going to transfer everybody to here. And what we also want to do is check... Oh, none of you have any items. And I'll redo Alarielle's items later, but for now we can reset her skill points. There we go. Alrighty, wounded but not for long. I feel like as soon as you confederate, skill points should automatically be reset from the AI, but anyway. Nakari. Or Belakor. If we attack Nakari, will we still be able to reach Belakor? I'm hopeful that we will, because Nakari is basically on the way out, isn't he? Oh. These armies. Okay, wait, let me just see what we have here. Ooh, a free administrator. Yes, good, good, good. What are you? Incendiary. Not useful. Can you both transfer units to... Yes, you can. Okay, so give all of your units here. And that maxes out the army. Okay. Probably delete some stuff. Keep the eagle, keep the treekin. Don't bother with the elven arrows. Okay, get rid of these 4 and the white lines. You have how many units? 6. Okay. Although, maybe we should keep you just for this turn so we can take Shrine of Kurnus easily. Alright, fine. Let's do this. And we'll actually keep the administrator. We can make you an architect. Architect Elena. There we go. You know what, fine, then transfer the stuff to Architect Elena. And then we're not gonna need you, so lose the Herald of Mathlan and delete yourself. Goodbye. Alright, and then... Okay, we'll suffer attrition, but we should still be able to take this. Man, they have no items. Where are you going? He's probably gonna try to go for Slaver's Point. And... You've besieged Blacklight Tower. Okay, not great. If you're going for Slaver's Point, would we be able to defend it with Morella? Well, I mean, I guess we're technically not needed here anymore. Alright, fine. You are going to lose one of your Lothern Sea Guard, like so. You're gonna go into ambush stance. And you're gonna go into ambush stance. right here outside of Slaver's Point, and then we'll pop this noble into your army so that you can heal. You're supposed to be back out at sea anyway. And if Corellia is trying to go for here, then we'll deal with that. You're probably going for Blacklight Tower, so we can ignore you. Bel Herethoi can not reach Spite Reach. The ironically named Spite Reach. Anyway, I guess you're going up here. I'm a little bit concerned about this army attacking us. Ooh, there's also this little army. Alarielle, chase it down.
Strike them down.
It's going to run. Huh. I feel like you shouldn't be able to run through a zone of control like this. Like, the city is supposed to be exerting a zone of control so that the enemy can't pass through it, but it can when running away. How did you pass through the fortress guarding the pass, is my question. Or at the very least, if you do so, you should, I don't know, take attrition or something like that. Or it should force an interception, if it's possible at all. But anyway, ransom captives. Did you get that rod of channeling stuff? No. Ignored. Move you into the Altar of Ultimate Darkness, and sit there, and then we'll head you up to Iron Frost. We'll obviously eventually delete this army, it's just for capturing garbage territories right now. That we don't necessarily want to send a full stack for. Imrik, I got distracted by approximately a million things and didn't move you, so get down here. You're supposed to be hunting a Scarbrand for us. And plus 40 tradable resources, that would be great if it mattered in any way. Alright, and Arwenil, while we have you, you're gonna besiege Morgheim. And, ooh, valiant defeat. Okay, we might be able to force a field battle if, just like the other guys, they're willing to sally out. I'm certainly willing to fight. Going to encamp, go right beside Arwenil. And maybe the fight will happen. And you know what, just in case, if it does, let's level up Michaela. We're gonna need her to, you know, turn the battlefield to cinders. Secrets of Mirai, and that's it. I don't need the Ward of Loic. Alright, the rest of that looks good. Then, you know what, let's attack Nakari. I feel like we need to fight something. Or else it'll be too administrative. Erathond, please be able to reach Belakor after this. I don't want to lose out on Belakor's defeat rate for you. And we're going to lose one of the Silverin Guard. Not surprising, though. Well, oh, you know what, we can't auto-resolve because that'll kill off the Silverin Guard. Because they're in march stance. I think we can preserve them by defeating the enemy in battle, so we might as well watch a nice little duel between Erathon and Nakari. Nakari is a pretty nasty lord, so yeah, that works on multiple levels. Go. Alright, here we go. For order indeed, we will bring chaos low, and not the kind of low that Nakari would have. Anyway, here we go. Nakari taking a few of those piercing bolts, and by the looks of it, not really caring whatsoever. Let's just take a look at what, ooh, 45% physical missile resistance, 20% physical. And 5% ward. Okay, Nakari has 70% missile resistance. Damn, every single bolt is doing, what, like 100 damage to him? Yeah, basically. Alright, I sincerely doubt that even with all 5 of our very heavily upgraded Eagle Claw bolt throwers are going to be able to bring Nakari down, but we'll give it a shot. We will, however, slow Nakari down to give him a slightly better chance by popping that Curse of Imrik here, although Slaaneshi are so fast, even with the speed reduced by 31%. He's still moving at 104. Eagle Claws just keep firing away. And it looks like Nakari is actually attempting to keep pace with the rest of its army, so that explains why it was moving slower than it could. And a few more bolts, but I think Erathond has had enough of that, and by the looks of it, will take care of Nakari himself. I love watching that Griffin come down. Stop Nakari in its tracks, and, well, Nakari has taken a decent amount of damage now, and a few more hits from Erathond, I'm sure, will bring it down. Willing Prey, melee defense minus 40, melee attack minus 20, damn, that's a big debuff, but still leaves Erathond in 70-70 melee attack and defense. Nakari begins melting away after a couple of hits from Erathond, and will go down. Beautiful. Obviously, we needn't have bothered fighting this if it wasn't for the fact that Nakari took took one of our Silverin Guard, and so not much of a choice in the matter. I suppose one nice aspect of the fact that we used all of our Eagle Claw Bolt throwers on Nakari rather than on the rest of his army is that we can essentially obliterate the rest of the army with Eagle and with our own Silverin Guard, rather than having the Eagle Claws do it for us. That said, it won't last much longer, as we focus down all the enemy units and then ignore the seduced Silverin Guard, who have lost one unit, have killed one unit, and are now going to run away while the entire rest of the enemy army is quickly destroyed. Alright, seems like it worked out. We achieved our goal of keeping these guys alive and unhurt, and our own army remains unhurt as well, which is why I didn't have Erathon just duel Nakari. If he had gotten damaged doing so, we might not have been able to fight Belakor, and I'd like to see if we can't fight Belakor right away. Alright, there we go. I feel a little bad, but, well, it wasn't the artillery that delivered the final blows to Nakari. Oh, wow, he got, like, a tiny sliver of XP for that, but anyway. Probably not the way Nakari wanted to go down, Slaneshi Giggle, but the thing is, I mean, look at how little damage we dealt with the Boltors compared to how much we usually deal. He's got that massive amount of missile resistance and certainly weathered the storm. A little bit of cash, or you know what, just in case we do get to fight Belakor, we should probably force labor. Try it. Alright. And yes, there we go. Character experience gain plus 5%, all characters faction-wide, speed plus 20%, Lord's army. What a fantastic defeat trade. Gotta be one of the best ones in the game. That's fantastic. 20 speed by itself is just amazing. Anyway, and hey, a Sword of Bloodshed. Feels like something we'd get for defeating Scarbrand, but you know, it'll work. Now, Belakor is just in range, but will he fight us? He does have the blue scribes, so maybe. Maybe. Well, let's find out immediately. Go. Alright, come on, Belakor, don't run. Don't run. Don't do it. Yes, alright, Pyrrhic victory. Oh my. Well, see about that. That is a lot of chaos spawn, but they should be pretty vulnerable to Eagle Claw fire, I think. Oh, wow, actually, maybe not. 25% physical and 20% missile on top of regen. That's pretty solid. Alright, well, good job, Belakor. Let's see how you fare against Erathon. Go. For order yet again. I wonder if Erathon always says that when we fight Chaos. Anyway, here we go. The enemy stands against us, and Belakor has both the Blue Scribes and a Cold Hellbrass in tow. And while we saw that Nakari had a lot, and I mean a lot, of missile resistance, it means that Belakor is probably not the most ideal target. There is, however, another big old target up here in the form of the Blue Scribes, and our entire set of Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers will volley at once, smashing into the Blue Scribes and instantly deleting them with a single volley. I don't even think they knew what hit them. I don't even think isn't the model supposed to like disappear into a portal? I think that they died so fast that the game just got screwy. Wait, are they going in the portal? There they go. Oh, poor little guys. I feel bad now. Yeah. Oh man, the fact that they all got hit simultaneously by it as well. Anyway, I guess we can switch to Belakor freely now, though for whatever reason, I guess because of the sort of up and down sort of floating that Belakor does as he moves, it looks like there's a lot of inaccuracy coming in from our Eagle Claw bolt throwers. They will bring him down by about 30% of his HP, but the rest of his army is rapidly moving in. Some Marauder horses of Khorne will chuck their axes at our Silverin Guard, and Arathon will simply... Whoa, what the heck? Oh, that was Akold. While Arathon will head for a Belakor to get a nice aerial duel. Belakor is down to half HP from after the charge of Arathon, while our units, our Eagle Claws, have now switched to targeting Akold. Nice use of that Eagle Fire Eagle Fiery Convocation. And that was from Gondil, the Noble, while it looks like Arathon is beating Belakor without any trouble at all. Belakor was knocked down to just above half HP from the artillery, but by the looks of it, Arathon is not taking any damage fighting him, really. Anyway, so perhaps there wasn't really any need. Akold Hellbrass continuously knocked aside by the constant abuse from the Eagle Claw bolt throwers, and is rapidly losing HP, and by the looks of it will be able to achieve little to nothing. The rest of the line, however, has made contact with our Silverin Guard. Fortunately, the anti-large spears are here exactly for this, and they should be able to hold against the Chaos Spawn with pretty darn decent effect. And there we go, the enemy does attempt to flank us with their warhounds on, well, the flanks, but by the looks of it, we have managed to send a few eagles that way, and the flanks are more or less secure. Belakor's taking a little bit too long to die, so I decided to send in a few eagles to help out and finish him. They are assassins after all, and we can't be hanging around here fighting Belakor all day. Gotta remember that Arathon does have that stand your ground ability, and we do want the bonus melee defense on any units like this unit of Silverin Guard, which is getting attacked by so many Chaos Spawn at once. Fortunately, the Eagles are holding them off, and the Eagles are very, very strong at this sort of thing. We've seen them kill many a spawn over the course of the campaign, and many and everything, I guess. So I'm sure they'll not only hold the ground, but allow us to carry the day. Most of these spawn are now falling, having failed to breach the lines of Silverin Guard, which have protected the Eagle's Claws, and pretty much only the flanks will remain in terms of numbers of enemies. Now that said, the Eagles are so quick, especially now quicker with Nikari's buff, that we should be able to reposition any unit and any Eagle rapidly and hunt down any enemies that still stand. The Eagle Claws can continue to ignore the remaining Chaos Spawn now, and they'll use the Eagles to bring them down, while the Claws bring down any enemy units that attempt to flee the field. Actually, it does work out well for us that Belakor's army is composed primarily of spawn, which are unbreakable and thus will all be destroyed, or will fight to the last. Gulator half-spawn is the only one who's able to make the spawn properly obey commands. Alright, and down go the spawn, and with that, Belakor's army has destroyed. The battle is ours, and another great buff acquired for Arathon. He is certainly collecting some very, very nice buffs. If Imrik didn't have his dragon buffs, which are just insane, then Arathon might have the better set of buffs compared to Imrik. Fantastic work. Definitely a legend. No, I'm still laughing about those poor blue scribes. Oh man, they didn't get to do anything at all. Just instantly deleted. Man, poor little guys. But anyway, Belakor did actually fairly decent damage. 5.7k, probably not 5.7k to Arathon, but rather by virtue of spamming Melkoth's mystifying miasma while fighting. Otherwise, the rest of his army wasn't too much of a problem. The Chaos Spawn are actually a pretty good target for the Eagles, so they do fairly well, and obliterating them at pretty much all times. Gonna take the money, because we need it. And we probably won't be able to chase you down all the way, but that's fine. And there we go. Casualty punishment rate, wins some magic power, serve more weapon strength for Lord's army, and a armor of the stars. Arathon, just very nasty Lord as well. Let's channel so that we get some of the mana back. And I guess we won't be catching this guy, but, well. Oh, I was about to say we could let AVELORN do it, but, well, that's also not going to happen. And, weren't all of you suffering attrition before? Did, winning that battle... I take it it sent the corruption to a point where we're good, and, oh... You can't take Torkar, can you? Because there's nothing there, which I kind of don't like, but, well, not much we can do about it. Also, we have a new tech to pick, and I think, assuming... Enemy territory, eh? Well, I guess we could get Sanctioned Expedition. I'm still not entirely sure about Terrible Purpose. The income, is this worth it? 20% post-battle loot versus 10% faction-wide entertainment building reduction. Kind of hard to say. It's one of those situations where without actually trying it, you don't know how much of a difference it would make. Anyway, Recruiter Fern Harvest. Now, you are ready to begin recruiting... No, you're not. One more turn. And I already moved you this turn, didn't I? Yes. Now... Oh, I don't like this. Damn it. Well, it was bound to happen. The Goldtooth has been losing territory for a while, as we can clearly see. And Kolek and Grimgor are no longer at war. Interesting that Grimgor is still at war with Zatan, but is actually coming down to deal with us, whereas Zatan is moving away from Grimgor. This is just the AI being obnoxious. Well, what can you do? I'm gonna have to deal with it in some way. Unfortunately, I think that means Recruiter Zamdilla can't be recruiting this turn. Or, yeah, we're gonna use the Lothran Skycutters. Here's what we'll do. And then we'll send the Growers up here, under the assumption that these guys are gonna go for the Sentinels. Like so, like so, like so. Growth is still pretty hefty here, and we could use these guys to fight. I mean, they're still usable to fight. It's not like they can collect influence or do anything else. And if Grimgor should attack the Sentinels, which doesn't have a defensive structure, then we'll send him there. We should also then probably get a temporary Lord. I think... No, not you. We should have somebody who's... You'll do Jayadress. Level 8. What do we have here? Master Strategist and no spells. Oh, damn. That was the wrong choice, but not much we can do about it now. I guess you could just recruit a bunch of basic units. Get some spears. And some archers. I could also even get some more archers via global recruitment should we decide to use it. But it does look like we'll need an army shortly to start dealing with Grimgor, which... you didn't take the castle? Well, that's a shame. Admiral Astakar. Oh, and they're not even... You gotta be kidding me. They're not even reinforcing it. They're not close enough to... Yeah, they're not close. All the AI is gonna make us fight it ourselves. Okay, fine. Fine, AI. You could have at least gotten close enough to it so that we could attack together. I was really hoping to avoid that one. And then we have Teclises as well. We should attack the Altar of Facades, which doesn't have as many things, and probably Teclis could take care of it on his own. I'm gonna wait on this, let's just see. See what else there is to do. I mean, Teclis, you'll besiege in a second. Morella, you don't need to do anything, but I would like to just take a quick look at what's going on up here. Now we're fine. Architect Enna. There is nothing to be built here, and... okay, you can go to Hag Grief. Like so. And then at Hag Grief we could build Kragroth Deep Up Tower. And then move you back into Nagarond. Oh, you don't need to channel anymore, so you can just sit there now. And Nagron, you can switch to rebuild Lost Splendor for next turn, well, like, I guess the next 2 turns. Frankly, we have to do the admin for this turn. It's quite important. Oh, I just screwed up. Undo this. Pop the Invocation of Assyrian to get the construction time, and the +5 control will counteract the Confederation debuff as well. Lovely. Then do this again. Haggrave. And there we go. 1 turn. Beautiful. I didn't build any buildings anywhere else. And, oh. Right, we gotta get you away. If I had forgotten about you, would have lost the precious units. This guy, I assume, won't be able to land here and kill you. I assume. I really hope so. How far can you go? Oh, wow, you can go very far. Yeah, but Norse can... Wait, can you reach Toran? Like, you cannot. Damn, where do we go? Arathon can't. Man, it would be so unfortunate to lose all of these exalted units. He didn't try to go for you, but was it because we weren't at war at that time? If we land right here, we might be... Wait. If we land right here, we might be in range of the Shrine of Cain. I think that's the one we risk. Because if we're in range of the Shrine of Cain, we should still, in theory, be able to fight it, even if he does land. And I'm just gonna hope that you are indeed in range of it. Kind of hard to tell. Oh, yeah, you are in range. Okay, good. We have decent defenders there. It would be helpful if we had the Abandoned Shrine, but anyway. So a lot of potential enemies to come down here. I guess we should just buff up the garrison here to the maximum amount possible, which will be another gate guard garrison, a horrifically expensive one that we can rebuild Lost Splendor with, and can also collect money here. All right. Oh, right. We got the new territories, meaning we have to... Okay. It's time for admin, folks. We got to. There's no choice. You, Architect Luaran, Citadel here, and it's going to be 4 turns, so you can switch briefly back to... I guess Banish Corruption. And then Architect Luaran, you are going to head out here to Bitter Bay, as we wanted to build up this stuff. Including a Elven Embassy. I guess we can wait for next turn because we're not recruiting more anyway, and we can rebuild Lost Splendor. Anyway, I probably should be doing this in order instead. We're going to have to check every single province this time around. Not much of a choice in the matter, so strap yourselves in. Alright, the Plain of Bones, you are fine for now. Etain, you are still recruiting and fine for now as well. Okay, it's easy going so far. Sulfurettes. Rebuild Lost Splendor. Dead Rock Gap. Nothing. Fortress of Dawn. Dawn's Light. Yes to the upgrades. And... do we need to delete the Gate Guard garrison here? I can hold on to it for now. We shouldn't, in theory, need it later, but... well, hold on to it for now. Oh. But what we can do also is switch to Banish Corruption for that growth. Howling Wastes. Growth is fine here. In fact, it's more than fine. Desolation of Nagashi will wait until next turn. Forest of Arnheim, we will... I mean, I guess we can rebuild Lost Splendor. Desolation of Nagash? No. Desolation of Asgore. All desolations all over the place. You are fine as you are and are unlikely to upgrade anytime soon. Western Badlands. Start with Stone Mine Tower because it has a port, and then do the other stuff after. And since it'll only take 2 turns, you can stay and rebuild Lost Splendor. Eastern Badlands, yes to the estate. And... I wonder, would this be 2 turns or 3 turns still? I feel like it would be 2 turns. Undo. Yeah, it'd be 2 turns. We save a turn by canceling. Oh, man. Okay, we'll take a look at if there's other stuff. Okay, this was Eastern Badlands. That should be canceled to be sped up. Nothing that I'm saying, though. Alright, I did say there would be admin. Yeah, so that was Eastern Badlands. AVELORN, the new place. You are obviously going to go into rebuild Lost Splendor. We do not need the rally field here. We definitely don't need the royal garrison in the inner donut. And we will want to get the Court of the Ever Queen and the Maiden Guard legendary unit, as well as the Growth Faction 1. It'll be a while to get there. I think by virtue of that, we'll need to grow immediately. So start on it immediately. And the public order here is relatively okay. But nonetheless, max public border faster will be more growth, so we're gonna do that. Alright, Silver Road. Definitely rebuild Lost Splendor. You'll be able to upgrade next turn. Several things. Toralier, another new place. Rebuild for Lost Splendor. Delete, delete. And don't need the Greater Grove here, but we can upgrade the estate. I can upgrade the harbor next turn, but upgrade the estate now. I mean... upgrade it next turn. It's not a big enough difference to make, well, a difference. Wolflands, you're fine at least for a while. Pig Barter, you are fine for a while. Blood River Valley, you will switch now to rebuild Lost Splendor. Iron Coast, do you need to rebuild Lost Splendor? I don't know, but you certainly don't need to rally Citizen Militia, so you might as well. I mean, this will take 2 turns, but I don't want to check every single territory next turn, so let's not. And then similarly here, we'll build the Elven Fairground, but we won't bother to switch. Just keep on growing. Toranrock, you're fine. Rakdo Gorge, you're fine as well. Shroktak Mount, you're already in Rebuild Lost Splendor, so rebuild said Splendor you shall. Elven Embassy as well. Lovely. No, I love seeing them all at one turn. If only we could have gotten materials at sea at the same time. That's what the Lothern Seaguard Army is for. We're supposed to be sending them out to sea. You will not be doing anything else for a while, so switch back to Banish Corruption. Iron Foothills, you're switching now. Nagaroth, another new territory. Don't bother with the Grazing Meadows, don't bother with the Greater Grove. I mean, we'll probably rebuild the Greater Grove, but for now it's not necessary. And the tower can be upgraded next turn with all the rest of this stuff. Yeah, alright, wait until next turn. Blightwater. Yes, switch to rebuild Lost Splendor. Death Pass, yes, definitely Gold Mine, definitely Promenade, and I'm gonna say more growth. Start with the iron at Iron Rock here, and stay in your current commandment. Torfanu, another new place. Rebuild Lost Splendor, upgrade immediately the Iron Mine, and delete the... Yeah, delete the Farrier. Do we need the War Hall here? I feel like no. We do not. At the very least, we don't need it here. And the rest of this is fine. Alright, Southern World's Edge Mountains, you are in the proper stance. Black Mountains, you are in the proper stance. 8 Peaks, yes to the Cattle Ranch, and yes to the Promenade. And 3 turns means I think we can switch to Banish Corruption. Should we trade this to these guys to get the... I don't know. Should we trade Elysia? Well, they wouldn't get the full Christ province anyway. Well, actually, they would if we... we'll just wait. I mean, in 5 turns, more likely than not, we'll be able to confederate them. Let's face it, they weren't doing super well against Nakari or Belakor. I think we'll uncollect the income here, though. Caledor. We can just upgrade this. It's not worth waiting for. We want to upgrade Dval's Anvil to tier 5 as fast as possible. Phoenix Gate, go into tribute to the Phoenix King for the money, and then same with Griffin Gate. I really think that there should be an addition. I mean, it does give growth plus 10 to all adjacent provinces. Honestly, it should be growth plus 10 faction-wide. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, plus 40 faction-wide for spending 64,000 gold. It's otherwise not really worth it to ever build the gates. There's just no reason to. Which is a bit of an unfortunate aspect. Anyway, Forest of Gloom, you are... I guess fine for now and keep you growing. I'm kind of tempted to switch you to Banish Corruption to have you grow faster, to be perfectly frank. Just to try to get you up to tier 4, especially since we're not collecting income. Western Border Princes, you're fine. Harganeth, you are able to upgrade the Colonnade, but we will keep the War Hall just for the additional garrison. For now, especially while all this is happening. Black Flood and Hag Grief. Yes, you're switching commandments. I'll do next turns admin between the episodes, I hope. As long as we can manage to end the turn this episode. Livestock Pens. Yes. Colonnade. Nearly there, guys. Just tap my head. Anyway, we're going to go for Promenade for you. I might as well upgrade the Enchanted Walls here. Frankly, it's not super needed anymore. But nonetheless, it is supposed to be... Like, what I kind of want to do is essentially replicate the Strait of Lothern. So the Strait of Lothern is a sort of highly fortified area here that governs the... passage into the inner sea here. And the... Yeah, it is called the NRC. Good Ruinous.
Master of
Yeah, so what I
high
want to do is essentially do the same thing, except fortify Albion and the Broken Lands here for enemies here. I guess in theory, run would be nice for the same purpose, sort of. I mean, granted, enemies would still bypass it, but it's sort of like a
magic's
sort of lore-friendly kind of thing that I'd like to do. Really sensible. Anyway, Eagle Gate. Oh, where were we? Black Flood? No? Damn. I always derail myself. This is fine. Okay, Eagle Gate was next. Let's get your tribute to the Phoenix King. More trade. The Temple of Adeoth. Estate and Promenade and I guess Elven Craftsman. All the estates will be replaced by the Elven embassies later, but not now. Yeah, you'll still need to be building more. Ooh, I wonder. I think we should be able to save time with this, right? I hope I'm not wrong about this. Try it. 6 turns to 7. Damn. Oh, I thought because it was 50%. Alright, well, at least I didn't cancel Fall's Anvil. Anyway, 3 turns for that. Occam's Forever Maze, you're going to be traded to our lizard friends, even if they didn't help us with this, which we're about to fight ourselves, I guess. Haunted Forest, you're fine, and frankly, we could probably have you grow at least until tier 4. Southern Yvresse. Well, nothing we can do there, so yeah. Unicorn Gate, you're already in tribute to the Phoenix King. That was our original gate. Nothing to build here. Death Gorge. I guess we could start building here. Promenade and or Colonnade, Plaza, whatever, and Homestead, and then we'll upgrade Ogrul Migdal, I guess. Why not? Grand is, well, we just need to take Ashrek, which is definitely on the menu in the cards, etc. Obsidian Peaks, Clark Harand. We still need Venom Glade and Circle of Destruction, but it doesn't mean we can't start upgrading, yeah. And I guess get to the Public Order here, and then I guess we'll upgrade. Oh, wow, 2.7k. That's pretty steep, but what can you do? And I guess upgrade the monoliths. Wait, no. We're going to trade the monoliths to the Wood Elves. I was really hoping to take the Blacklight Tower, but, well, whatever. Whatever. How are we going to get Venom Glade and Circle of Destruction from them now? I have no idea. Anyway, that is all of our cash. Let's get a little bit back by fighting, shall we? Admiral Astakar, that's you. And yeah, there's a lot of spawn, and this army is not buffed up, so we got to remember that and still be reasonably careful. Go. Alright, here we go. Why not? Game is apparently going to make us play this one, and, well, why not? We'll enjoy it, even if the lizards refuse to help. Now, we're going to start the battle off against a tier 4 Slaneshi Tower. Definitely have to watch out against these things, as Slaneshi Towers are the best towers, and by the looks of it, are already racking up a decent kill count. Unfortunately, all of the Sea Guard cannot fire upon this thing. I tried. Even the Princess up from here cannot fire on it, as by the looks of it, all of these towers, these broken sort of buildings do block the tower and prevent everybody from firing on it. This is the only unit that is able to get an angle, and it's all the way from over here, which does allow the tower to fire a little bit longer and do a decent bit of damage to us, especially with the sort of solid tracking that these towers are able to achieve. That said, a couple more volleys maybe. Oh, damn. It's going to be able to fire again and right into the middle of our formation of Sea Guard, unfortunately. Not much we can do about it, however. A very good position for that particular tower. I didn't even realize it was protected by these buildings. I'm now wondering whether an artillery piece would have been unable to fire on it as well, and I imagine that it wouldn't have, at least not from this distance. Maybe from maximum distances it might have been able to arc over the building, but, well, who knows. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off, and I'm going to just speed it up while we reposition at Teensea Bit. There are 2 entrances into the enemy settlement, and we're going to try to attack both at once. especially since the enemy is unlikely to sally out, so we'll slowly advance upon them. And they are besieged and they're damn well going to feel like it. Looks like the Marauders will back away. Damn, they run fast. 63 run speed. It feels weird seeing Marauders, even if they are Slaaneshi Marauders, run so darn quick. Anyway, splitting our army in two so that each one has a unit of gate guard bolstering nearby troops with that bolstered marksmanship. And let's see, these guys are at 6.7 reload time, so not like the 4 reload time of Atilna, but she has a lot of buffs and things that allow her to do that on all of her units. And you gotta admit, the Lothern Sea Guard are a pretty great looking unit. Silly elven pointy helmets aside. But generally speaking, the aesthetics here are pretty solid. Anyway, looks like the enemy is backing off once again, but there's only so much that they can do that, or so long that they can do that, as we'll simply continue to advance and fire upon them. Oh, and it looks like a unit of spawn will attempt to maybe try to close the distance. They'll certainly take a few arrows for their trouble. Or will they? They should. Come on, come on. Reposition yourselves and get to firing. There we go. Alright, it looks like they don't want to charge us and close the distance, because the closer they get, the more range units are able to fire on them at the same time. They go to a place where only 2 or so are able to fire on them, and then they decide that they want to back off. Maybe the much faster Demon Nets will be able to pull this one off, though it remains to be seen. And here come the arrows. At least a few will drop. They're closing, and more arrows coming down. No, they will turn and decide that that's not going to happen. They were about halfway there, but yeah, I don't think they were going to reach us. At least these ones were not. Out here, same exact situation is repeating itself on the other side of the map, though it looks like the enemy Alarielle, our Herald of Slaanesh rather, is willing to close. Sojourn, okay, so it's not the leader of the faction. Alright, she's gonna come down and start attacking some of the shielded Lothern Sea Guard. Gotta be careful of those arrows smashing into our own units. But smashing into the spawn behind the enemy lord may not be such a bad thing. Alright, there we go. Ooh, damn. Targeted by a ton of the enemy arrows there, the enemy lord, and goes down. I also want to point out that the enemy lord got annoyed by the princess, who was just hovering above, firing at her with her range attack for pretty much the entire battle. Not a lot of damage, but by the looks of it, at least enough damage to annoy the enemy lord into a foolish attack. That will probably make our win here a little bit easier. And especially as we won't have to deal with her casting. Anyway, looks like the enemy cultist decided to follow her lord into death. Cultist? Okay, maybe she won't die on cue. Fine. Fine. You're going to escape, are you? Only 45 melee speed. Only 45 speed as well. Not all that quick. But anyway, those guys have failed to get anywhere, and we are continuing to move forward with our Lothern Sea Guard. Anybody that attempts to close the distance will meet the same fate of being pincushioned. Enemy could really use some casters here. We've also positioned a few other units of Lothern Sea Guard down here. They're able to fire over and from a different angle than this set. This is really quite helpful, as it does allow our units to annoy other units that these ones might not otherwise be able to reach, and either goad them into an attack or prevent them from doing so, depending on what's more needed. Looks like some Demon Nets weather the storm and do manage to charge in. Probably gonna eat a few of our own arrows to the back of the pointy head there. Or a pointy helmet, I guess. And there we go, the Demon Nets will drop relatively quickly, but so are our Lothern Sea Guard, taking plenty of damage from probably their allies. We've got reinforcements arriving as Gwydion has moved on to the battlefield and will try to block off a few enemy units. Unfortunately, the enemy has used fascination on him, so he is in rampage and is stuck where he is fighting a bunch of marauders. The marauders will... Oh my lord, that one got hit by so many arrows. Will get pincushion. However, plenty of arrows will be hitting Gwydion while he is rampaging, and we do have to be careful about that. Not that we can do too much of anything while he's in rampage, but it is certainly a danger. Oh, and I see more arrows hitting him. He's down to half HP now. It's very easy to kill off our own unit if we're not careful. And ooh, lucky that this little set of arrows didn't hit us. Gwydion, back up, please. Lest the Lothran Seaguard do to you what they did to the Slaaneshi host here. And it looks like a few more Hell Striders will attempt to charge in. I'm not entirely sure what the Hell Scourges think that they can accomplish, as they can't dish out any damage. And the Lothran Seaguard with the spear and shield out front are simply here to hold the line anyway, not to do damage. So, what is your overwhelm debuff really worth? Alright, it does look like the Chaos Spawn, however, are able to mince at least a few of the Seaguard. These are Slaaneshi Spawn after all, frenzied damage dealers, even more so than the regular Spawn. And man, these Slaaneshi garrisons just have a ton of these Chaos Spawn, don't they? It does seem to work out fairly well for them, however, at least sometimes. Perhaps not so much in this time around. Balance bear is at about 70% in our favor. We've advanced even further out here, but on the left flank or the left side of the settlement, the enemy is basically unwilling to close the distance in the way that they close the distance over on this side. Or at least did way back when. Now it looks like they are no longer so willing. And will instead attempt to run away while the arrows continue coming down. Same exact thing out here, and by the looks of it, the enemy is rapidly running out of units and will soon give it up. You gotta do something, Marauders. Either charge forth or run away, but you gotta pick something. Anyway, it looks like this unit has been destroyed as well, and with that, the enemy army will shatter, and the battle will be ours. Lizards, I don't think you shouldn't have helped. That didn't make any sense. You should have helped. It's not like it would have been a difficult battle with you helping us out, but oh well. Alright, there we go. I'm pretty sure we did more damage to ourselves than the enemy did, and by quite a large amount, especially by looking at the number of kills that the enemy has got. Elven archers may be accurate, but not so accurate that they won't delete half your own unit and nearly kill Gwydion as well. Anyway, we're gonna occupy the place for, well, not for ourselves, but we will occupy the place, and hey, you got that seduce units budget reduction. Nice. Huh, funnily enough, these guys didn't even try to seduce us. Okay, you should at least try. I'm insulted, but anyway. Talisman of Protection and Griffin for Admiral Asticar. I don't know what mount we will have you on. It doesn't really matter because you're in a Sea Guard army, and we'll probably never fight again with the possible exception of the Crucible of Delights. But anyway, Great Eagle for Rana. Who's Rana? Oh, this noble. Okay, yeah, fine. And a Thilmar chariot for... No chariot. No chariot in a Sea Guard army. What are you doing? Eagle. Ally mission successful. Last defenders. Ooh, we should have checked the missions again. And oh my lord, missions everywhere. Damn, and it was mission... Oh, they probably had a mission for Belakor, and I want more Cathayan units as well. Let's take Kygast and hope... Well, or Moxia. Okay, let's try Moxia here, and Kygast here. Should be able to get at least one. You have a mission for the same. Let's go Moxia, and you have... Well, I guess Moxia. I really don't like Kygast and Moxia, but anyway. Looks good. Now, we should still, in theory, fight the Techless fight, such as it is. I'd actually like to reset Techless after this fight, because then... We should be able to get him up and running here relatively quick. Okay, clearly, with these guys coming south, he's going to need to deal with the Mountains of Morn. I knew I should have dealt with the Mountains of Morn earlier in the campaign, but oh well. We did the buildings. We did not do the moves, however. Marin, who the heck are you? Oh, we have another handmaiden. A genius handmaiden at that. I'll probably pop you into a Sea Guard army. Let's move you down here for now. Or actually, wait, you know what? You can probably leech XP by moving into one of these armies. At least for now. Should hopefully allow us to auto-resolve Shrine of Kurnus. And if it doesn't, I'll probably just I'll just manually fight it between the episodes, because obviously. Syrian, who are you again? Oh, you're this guy. Oh, I should have had you leech XP. Frankly, we don't need you anymore. So goodbye. Alright, at least I don't think we needed you. Too late now. Influencers. Time to get a move on. You go here and skewer influence at Iron Frost. Failure. Alrighty. You try Ashrak. 1% failure, I think, was unlikely. You tech thief. We need more tech thieves. We still have so freaking much research. Just look at this. Look at this. We just don't have the capacity for mages to get more research going to actually research it all. Go for Arcane Finesse so that we can get the Blessing of Knowledge and the additional hero success chance. You, Influencer, are at rank 7. And assuming that we don't get Assault Units or Assassinate, and I guess we could get increased trade as well. Start going through increased trade.
I await your command.
You, however, will get Assault Units. We'll seem to save up for rank 10 either way. Alright, Influencer. Go for Grenstadt, I guess. What are we at here? Oh, 30 turns? Oh, you're fine. Oh, I should have taken the other guy off his steed as well, so we don't pay extra money for it. You can go for Assault Units. And yes, I'm nickel and diming over this little tiny amount of extra cash that will cost us for the mount. The extra 50 or 75 gold per turn. But hey, that adds up over the course of the game with like a dozen different heroes with an unnecessary mount, you know? You know what I should have done? I should have kept one of these influencers down south where we could have had him keep a watch on Grimgor so we didn't get surprised like we do here. Specialist for you, sir? Alright, a couple more, then we'll fight with Teclis and then we'll hopefully end the turn. Allow me to do the rest of the admin over the next turn. You... I was gonna head you down here for some reason. Wow, you got 30 turns of this? Huh. Wait, you... Oh, you don't have increased trade, so I guess we could just level up increased trade with you then. Alright, fine, go to the available well. Level up until you get increased trade, and then we'll send you down until you're ready to leech influence again. Disciples, Tech Thief. I forgot there was another Tech Thief. Go here. Good, and we do have a little bit of money remaining, which means we could, in theory, should we desire to do so, and get a little bit of global recruitment going. Help out against Grimgor's inevitable attack here, so, and get a couple more... Wait, archers are cheaper in global, so we'll do archers via global and spears via local. Alright. And that's all of our money. Oh, I probably could have done that. No, actually, it's probably pointless. Grimgor will reach us most likely by next turn. Can we defend this? Maybe. Depends on what's in his army. Grimgor himself will be a toughie, but maybe if we spam Spirit Leech from the growers, we'll be okay. Anyway, the rest of that looks good, so we're gonna... No. Not skip and end the turn, but have Teclis attack the altar of facades. Like so. Just do it.
Destroy them.
Pyrrhic victory, they will steal one of our Eagle Claw bolt throwers. How dare you. Doesn't matter at all, I don't think so. Teclis should be able to handle this entire army just fine. I will, however, quick save, because this episode has gone long, and I'm very concerned about a crash, especially as every single battle... I think every crash that's happened to me, or at least... Maybe 75–80% of the crashes that have happened to me have always been during battles, maybe because of a broken animation, I don't know why, or maybe because my PC overheats because there's too many units on screen, but anyway, nah, not willing to risk it. Teclis, kill.
greater good.
Alrighty, for the greater good, try not to kill off our own Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, though I do completely intend to delete this entire army as Teclis needs a reset and a reposition, as will be done with the Chaos Wastes, or Southern Chaos Wastes, rather shortly, and so perhaps even if it does die, it maybe wouldn't matter too much. I'll think about it. Either way, as usual, Teclis will move forward with the Omen of Asuryan Arcane Phoenix, while the rest of our army awaits back there, hidden in the forest where the enemy cannot target them. I'm gonna get that fiery convocation moving in, or moving through this line of demonettes, and by the looks of it, a single use of it will destroy the entire unit of demonettes, and clip another unit as well. Very nice, very nice. They're down to, well, they're, this should destroy them, right? Not that it'll matter. Yeah, there we go. It just took them a few seconds to realize what was happening. Anyway, in the meantime, we will come down on the enemy cultist with both Teclis and the Omen of Asuryan and just start spamming those spells. Flock of Doom will come down, upgraded. And as soon as it's off cooldown, we'll get a regular Flock of Doom. Here comes the Chain Lightning as well, and then whatever debuffs we can manage, all while healing the Omen of Asuryan and Teclis himself. Not that the things here are going to be all that threatening, but, well, we had to fight it anyway. Alright, how is the enemy cultist? Still alive in there with about 70% HP. We've also sent our single disciple forward, the Swordsmaster, Lore Master rather, who will eventually have Swordsmaster. And damn, those stats are looking pretty solid. 73, 89, 104 armor. 442 weapon strength's a little bit lower than I'd like, but, well, we might be able to get it up higher as well. Slanesh, giggle. At least one more time, as Slanesh will soon be wiped off the face of the world. Alright, and the enemy is still blobbing up nicely around Teclis and the Omen of Asuryan. Can't wait until we have a few more Phoenixes to join us. Unfortunately, the Arcane Phoenixes are tier 5, so it's just ages to get them, but we can sort of substitute regular Phoenixes until we get them. Plus, Teclis buffs all Phoenixes, not just the Arcane variety. Alright, a couple more hits, another Chain Lightning, mowing enemies down. Teclis is up at 454 kills, and ooh, it looks like the enemy Hellstriders have found our Lore Master here, whose sort of solo fight against them might be a little bit more interesting. He activates his Gehenna's Golden Hounds, which send many of the enemy flying, and banishing many of the Hellstriders. Or their mounts. While we try to chase the enemy down, it does look like there are some Seekers rushing around as well, but they will avoid the Lore Master, perhaps in fear of having seen what happened to the Hellstriders, then we'll attempt to head towards the rest of our army instead. That said, a single set of Seekers will not be much of a threat against our entire army. While it does look like our Lore Master will be able to block off a few more Hellstriders. Did the first set not learn anything? Perhaps they didn't. Well, swing away with that sword, my friend. He's got Harmonic Convergence, and he's got Earthblood to heal himself as needed. And Wissen's Wild Form as well to armor up even more heavily. Plus, we can drop Spirit Leeches on the enemies and Melkot's Mystifying Miasmas as needed. The Lore Masters are pretty solid, both fighters and casters. In the meantime, Teclis and the Omen of Asuryan have pretty much destroyed, let's say, 70% of the enemy army. One more Chain Lightning, and they're both used to standing under it, but can simply out-heal the damage of the lightning. Alright, and out here the Lore Master is still fighting. Looks like some Chaos Spawn have joined an attempt to attack him now, and do manage to bowl the Lore Master over. But we're going to allow this fight to happen. In fact, we're going to let the Lore Master fight these spawn without having Teclis cast anything. Just sort of hover overhead and allow the contest to continue. And let the pupil, the disciple, learn and benefit from Teclis' tutelage, I suppose. Alright, got to cast as well as swing that sword, my friend. Visen's wild form up and running yet again, as well as harmonic convergence. Damn, with both of those up, we've got 184 armor and then 98, 119 melee defense. Though the regrowth that we got from Teclis, just to give him a little bit of heals, is dropping that melee attack a little bit low. Kind of a horrifying sight to be standing before these monsters, but the brave lore master should hold on. Gonna pop that Spirit Leech and Melkot's Mystifying Miasma once again from the lore master. Teclis is not casting anything to help. And it does look like 2 more of the spawn have been brought down with those spells. And yes, this is completely necessary. Alright, there we go, another spawn, and then there were 3. Ooh, they do manage to bring the Lore Master to the ground for at least a second, but he does activate his Opal Amulet, and otherwise is still hovering around 75 to 80% of his HP. Looks like the spawn was angry about that particular hit. There we go, nice swing, and down goes another spawn, and then there was one. Alright, another Earthblood to heal yourself. The spawn is down to 15 HP. One more hit. Okay, one more successful hit. One more successful hit. Damn. I'm surprised that he managed to miss twice in a row. I think that was just bad luck, considering he has 100 and whatever melee attack, and the enemy spawn has like 20 melee defense. It's barely existent. The chance to not hit is quite low, but oh well. Either way, at the end of the day, the Lore Master was successful, surrounded by corpses of the Chaos Spawn and the Hellstriders he defeated, and I think there was a unit of Seekers he destroyed as well, but obviously those were banished. Very nice. Hey, another line standard. Very, very nice. I mean, once again, not super useful for units that already have immunity to psychology, but 5 melee attacks, 5 melee attack. Well done, Teclis. Hardly surprising. 131k damage and 600 kills. I probably didn't have to do that cinematically, as in probably could have just sped through it, but on the other hand, it was also fun watching the Lore Master of Hoeth fight, etc, etc, etc. So, yeah, and I'm still not tired of the never-ending spells, and Teclis this isn't even his final form, as he still has a ways to go. More buffs from other mages in his army, as well as potentially buffs from his own skill points. I mean, keep the line standard for now. Not entirely sure what we're going to do there. What we do want to do is this: Disciple Obermann. Unfortunately, you're going to have to set sail. And you're going to travel a long, long time to get back to Teclis, where I was originally going to send Teclis to grab the islands. We could have the Lothern Sea Guard do that. That's what they're for. I'd rather have Teclis get his Swords Masters of Hoeth and his Phoenixes up and running in the next few turns. Omen of Assyrian, we're going to have to delete you and get you back in actually everything in this army. So, delete everything. It's not needed. Wait. Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. We could transfer to Admiral Astakar so she has at least 1 artillery piece, and then wouldn't have to build. I mean, I guess we could. Can we global recruit those? Do we have a building that? Yes, we can. 1800. Yeah, it might be better to do it that way. We'll just global recruit it once we have enough money, and once we have capacity. That's fine. All right, rest of you out. Good. Save a little bit of cash, and Teclis, finally, at last, reset yourself. Though, at this point, he has a lot of points, and only the Militia Master points are wasted. The rest of the... Well, actually, Bowmaster is wasted, too. Yeah, reset, reset. Go for it, buddy. And in 3 turns, we'll hopefully have his army either ready or just have him recruit it himself right here in Bitter Bay, and then send him north to deal with the Chaos Dwarf, still one of the biggest battles to be had in the campaign. Djarna Grund and Gorth the Cruel, tons and tons of Chaos Dwarfs, plus all of this nonsense. And Astragal's like the second or third strongest faction, no, it's third strongest faction on the map. Vlad is the second. And then there is, then there are the Clan Scryer. Yeah. Lots of stuff to do. Anyway, I believe we're ready to end the turn. I just really want to make sure that we are able to end it. Admiral, you don't need to do anything. Disciple. Okay, we're good. Skip garrison, unassigned skill points, building upgrades, heroes not moved, outposts available with whom? Talzin, you still have Karakazgaraz somehow. Impressive. Surprising and impressive. Just want to see something. Western provinces. Ooh, we would be able to get another Celestial Lion. Oh, you know what? Let's have Alistar recruited for us, and then transfer it to Phaeagian. And then we want a couple more jet lines as well, which, oh, northern provinces can't recruit as yet? Huh. It's a little disappointing. And Alistar will get you a mage as soon as we have capacity. Skip the outpost, end the turn. Alright, let's hope that, oh, we will get attacked again. Oh, this is going to be a heck of a long episode. I might have to get an extra day before I post it then. Unless we reach the engagement threshold next time. I'm sorry, it's the way YouTube works, okay? I wish I didn't have to, but anyway. Let's see. I imagine Khorne will attack us. Where is Khorne? Exiles, I mean. Fae Enchantress wants us to join war against Kemler. It's one of the, like, I mean, look how many factions we're at war with. One of the very few factions that are still left that we are either not at war with or allied with on the entire map, but not right now. We'll deal with it later. And exiles have moved. Oh, exiles. They're too cowardly to attack us here at Morgheim. It's a little bit disappointing and a little bit surprising. Really? Go figure. Well, either way, we don't have time to do that right now, and I promised I'd do the rest of the admin between the episodes, or this turn's admin this time, between the episodes, so that I shall. Control +1, sure. Ally mission aborted. No. Ally mobilized against army. I didn't even remember we had to... Oh! Rot's coming back. Oh! The Bone Rattlers are recovering. Ambush foiled for Larician. Didrarus, I don't remember who you are. Advisor to the King. Enemy hero action success chance might be useful. Upkeep production in own... an enemy territory, not an own territory. That would probably be worth a lot more. And... oh. Huh. Oh, no. I think what might happen is Gouger will go for Demon Stump, and Grimgor will reinforce. He's not fighting Kolek right now. Unless we could tell Kolek to attack him. Yeah, good for you, Kolek. Join war against Grimgor. Minus 119, but you hate each other. Oh, wow, he hates us even more. Because of the treaties with Goldtooth and Cathay. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough, Kolek. Anyway, with that, we're out of time. I'm calling it here. Next time, we potentially start fighting some orcs. We will send Alistar out to do Alistar things and White Lion things. We will start moving towards and probably declare war on Sylvania to try to save the Empire and restore it. And hopefully we will complete the... Where are you going? Wherever it is, I don't like it. Oh, damn, ground the punch. Yeah. Like I said a couple of episodes, the walls are closing in. We have enemies on every shore, everywhere. It's fantastic. I love this campaign. More of it to come. Stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.